What was the thing you said to me on the drive over? Something along the lines of, you're allowed to not know all knowledge of all video games ever.
Yeah, well, because you were saying, oh, it's stupid, like, I don't need to
Because
do
the thing
anything
you were
with that.
saying, get ready for this, Drew, was stupid.
No, that was before I said the stupid thing.
Three, 2, 1. Welcome to Credit Zero.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to After School Arcade. We're Credit Zero. No, we're After School Arcade. Credit Zero is our podcast. This thing that you're listening to.
Woo! You took a sippy.
He's like, I did my part, I'm done. Go
Yes.
take over.
Wait, Daryl, I'm unclear. What is After School Arcade?
We're an improv troupe.
Wow.
And guess what? We've just done some improv.
It finally happened.
Yes, yes, indeed. And before we get into all...
happened to me.
I've made my mistakes.
Before we get into that, go, Daryl.
Yeah, let's introduce ourselves for the 100th time. I'm Daryl.
My name's Luke.
I'm Drew.
I'm Leslie.
And I'm Tweed. Yay!
Yay!
All right, now that that's out of the way.
Yeah.
Drew.
Hit me with it.
I've made my mistakes.
Got nowhere to run.
Wait.
But
What's
life
significant? Shut up.
goes
Just shut
on.
the fuck up. How about?
Simple Plan?
What's the? I think so. Yeah. Isn't that Simple Plan?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's baffling to me?
What?
There's like 2 classes of emo kids in high school in my working memory, and half of them agreed that like that song is like the quintessential like emo kid song, and then the other half insisted, no, that's not an emo song. No, they're not an emo band. Do you know anything about that,
My
Drew?
assumption is that's the like anti-mainstream side of things.
Okay.
Because Simple Plan's a pretty big band. But yeah, that's,
It was a big band.
Yeah.
Well, they're
Where they
Canadian.
had like brass and everything.
Yeah.
They're Canadian.
Well, that's a Simple Plan hit.
So Drew, what's significant about the fact that we did an improv show right before this podcast?
Well, there's a couple things.
All right, number one.
One, it was our first improv show in, what'd you say, 2 years?
2 years, yeah.
Someone just say yeah.
Yeah!
What'd you say?
So that's significant.
Yeah.
It was the improv show of the millennium, some might say.
That's very important.
That was the name of the show, yeah.
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 It was
According
the
to
theme,
our-
some would say.
Not Drew, though. Drew would say the theme was that we did some games and then we did another game. That's an inside joke for all you.
That's a whole other thing.
For those that aren't wondering what the fuck we're on about, unfortunately, Drew blew his load about like 24 hours early this time. We're
And
not.
he blew his load in my cup.
Yeah, nice.
Another inside reference.
Did we even keep that? Yeah, I'm not even sure if that's in the podcast. Whatever. Yeah, so Drew we were talking about themes and set lists for the next show, and I was talking about set list, how we should have some short form, some long form improv, and then Drew was like, well, that's the theme? That's a weird theme, and then we got into this
You
weird...
called it a theme in the conversation. You did not use the word set list.
We absolutely used the word set list. I know
There were
because
two
the working...
separate ideas.
Yeah, theme and set list, genius. We were talking about the genre.
We had this
theme and
conversation yesterday.
Yes,
We don't
and you
have to have it
lost.
again.
Everyone else agreed you were being fucking stupid, as always.
Leslie looks done with this shit. Let's move on.
She looks done with you because you have bad ideas. Anyway,
mean.
so what else is significant about the fact that we had a show recently?
Yeah, so solid segue. To reward the listeners, the long-time listeners, they might remember something that we used to do on the podcast, but really haven't been able to do in a while.
Because we haven't been doing shows.
Yeah, but now that we are, if anybody remembers cue cards coming into play, we have a list of cue cards with questions or comments written down. What's wrong now?
No, nothing's wrong. You're nailing it. Go. Some of our viewers may remember cue cards.
Somebody else take over.
You lucky little puppies. You're about to get rewarded.
Somebody else take over.
We've got a whole list of them.
Daryl, in 2 sentences, describe why we even have cue cards in the first place. 2 sentences, go.
At the middle of our show, we ask our audience to write down questions on cue cards.
1.
Now we can answer those questions on the podcast.
2.
Two.
Thank you, Daryl.
Succinct.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs over here.
Yeah, it was succinct, but
it's
was
a nice-
there any flavor in it?
I'm detecting some saltiness and bitterness now from you.
2 of the key flavors. All right. So if anybody remembers, we usually take
my
turns
God.
reading them off.
Okay, cool. I expected you to fuck up further. So.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
Don't
okay.
fuck with the DM.
And this is one of the
Drew
situations
mobbed
where literally none of us...
Yo, don't mess
Yo, don't mess with a fedora. 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 All right.
I just want to point out that I'm wearing a bowler hat right now and not a fedora, so...
Yo, don't mess with the bowler hat. Yo, don't mess with the bowler hat.
Yo,
It doesn't sound...
Don't mess with Ebola.
Are you insinuating that Drew has Ebola?
I almost spilled my tea!
We're gonna spill a lot of drinks. We all
right,
made tea
all right.
just
Oh,
before the
I'm not
podcast.
So is
finished
it-
describing what's happening.
Are you Daryl already described it in 2 sentences.
because it's-
You took 7 and counting.
It's important to acknowledge
All right.
that these questions, these cue cards, have not been looked at yet by any of us.
That is
so
true.
they have not been vetted. So, if you went to the show and don't hear your question...
It's because we cut it out
we
in the
cut
edit.
it out, yeah.
In case
So-
it's like something really explicit. Actually, no, that's just our bread and butter. In case it's something not really explicit.
Yeah.
In case it's something racist.
If it's
there we
racist,
go.
if it's
Yeah.
racist or boring, we cut it out.
Then why haven't we cut you out yet?
it's up to you.
I did a lot wrong before the podcast, but I feel like I don't deserve any of this on the podcast.
Touche.
All right, Leslie, start with this one.
Oh golly, how has participating in improv improved / impacted your daily life? There's
All right.
also a follow-up question, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right.
But did they put their name?
I said write down
Now,
one
this-
question.
this is
Fuck
for-
you, whoever
Yeah.
wrote this one.
Yeah, you know what? Cut it out.
Why? It's a decent question.
What-
Wait, so this is from an anonymous person. Can you read it one more time?
How has participating in improv improved / impacted your daily life?
I have an answer for this.
Go.
Working in retail and working with people that don't perform or don't do improv, I realized how fucking unfunny most people are and how soul draining it is to not see you guys on a regular basis.
Oh.
It's like, holy shit, I ran out of pity laughs years ago. I'd much rather just play dumb and pretend that I don't get jokes. And then when I say I'm a semi-professional comedian, they're like, what?
So like the hot white woman defense, where like you just pretend like, what? I don't get it.
Yeah, I just be like, oh, okay.
I'm saying that's what hot white women do deliberately. I'm not trying to stereotype or anything like that. Yeah.
Just be like, yeah, I just pretend like I don't understand irony and humor, and it's because I got it. I got it very quickly, and it wasn't interesting or funny, and I don't want to tell you that you're not funny, so I'm just gonna pretend like I don't get it.
Do you think there's maybe someone that works at your Costco that's recording another podcast right now?
Yes.
Go like, yeah. So how has data management fixed your life? I've discovered a lot of people are fucking idiots. There's this guy named Luke at my work. He doesn't get any jokes I tell him.
Shouts out to data nerds and
Yeah, exactly.
data management podcast. Sweet.
I'd say improv is actually kind of like a midpoint as opposed to the thing that actively benefits my life. Like I think the thing that benefits my life caused me to do improv as well as benefiting my life. Does that make sense?
What is that?
Dig into that.
I think just like telling stories and being like, no, not cocaine. Yeah, why are you doing a visual joke on a podcast?
I made a sound.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
okay, whatever.
And it was also congested, so it sounds like you have sickness.
Yeah, COVID. I'm pointing at Luke and saying COVID.
No,
Anyway,
Luke probably has monkeypox.
is that something that's going on?
Hey,
Yeah,
news.
it's topical.
I love
All right, what's monkeypox?
That's pox.
All right. Anyway, I think just like telling stories and wanting to be like, there's no way to sugarcoat this, so I won't pretend. Wanting to be like the center of attention for a bit, but also to support other people for being the center of attention.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of humorists really just skip the second part. Like
Yeah.
when someone else has a good joke, a lot of people that fancy themselves comedians and stuff like that don't want to immediately like set it up, like serve the ball so they can hit it out of the park, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If I have like a coworker or something like that, who's like clearly got a good joke, I will absolutely like build up the platform so they can fucking knock it out of the park.
Make the punchline stronger.
Yeah, because in my opinion, like a really good joke that 3 people pulled off is always going to be better than a good joke that one person can pull off even over and over and over again.
Yeah, those are the times where I've kind of surprised my coworkers is just like add a little tag to some joke. And
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh shit!" Like,
The guy that doesn't get irony managed to do this?
yeah, because I'm just like, because it's someone else's joke, and I can just flippantly be like, "Oh, I'll just add a little something."
You know what? I think you've asked me this before. I think that's why I don't like stand-up comedy. Because it's one guy making the same joke. Oh, not the same joke, but like jokes over and over and over again. Whereas like improv, it's hopefully a team effort as opposed to one person making jokes over and over and over on a stage.
Yeah, and it's more interesting if the joke is in between, like a tension between 2
Yeah.
or more people, as opposed to like someone being very smart and above the situation.
Yeah, the improv show that we did very recently, in my opinion, it was one of our fucking strongest ever. And like it was because no one person was like clearly the person making all the jokes.
You'd have a main character, protagonist.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like a lot of people are not used to performing in their everyday life. Like we're kind of different. Yeah, most people are not used to performing.
Look at Leslie's leg next to mine and now look at yours.
You can also get some big ass cushions and put them under your big ass.
You have a big ass.
All right, guys, you know, nothing about my ass. Okay, all right, it's not that big.
There we go.
My ass isn't that big.
All right.
Not big.
It's not big.
It's not big.
It's not big.
Daryl,
Go.
wait.
Okay, so people aren't used to performing. In their everyday, people are not used to performing. We're different. We do that. We do improv, right?
We are not the same.
No.
Yeah,
And
we're not
so
everyday
There's
people.
civilians,
We're a step
and then
above.
there's us.
Hey, hey, viewer. Yeah, no, take a look around your room. You call that clean? Take a look at yourself. Like, look down. Yeah. Your mom dressed you today? Oh, what? You eating that second cheeseburger? Why didn't you put that down?
Oh.
Why don't you take control of your fucking life for once? All right, as you were saying, Daryl.
Yeah. So
Don't say
anyways.
yeah immediately to that.
Yeah. Stop eating cheeseburgers and clean your body.
Eat as many cheeseburgers as you fucking want.
And have a
Go
dirty
on.
penis.
No, probably clean your body though. I stand by that part.
Yeah.
I'm not sure have as many cheeseburgers. Like, what if they?
As many as your body can hold.
What? What if they have like
your body?
pica? Is that the thing where it stops you from like the hunger inhibitor, where like you just keep eating no matter what?
Pica's where you eat inanimate objects. Is that the same thing?
I feel like I only eat inanimate objects.
That's true. Oh, you guys don't eat fresh?
Live game.
Yeah.
Yeah, believe it or not, yeah, the things that I eat are not squirming.
Yeah.
Okay. No,
I've eaten
like,
bugs before.
I've eaten like cooked bugs or like prepared bugs.
I've eaten an ant.
Like a live ant?
I've eaten a live ant.
When?
I've eaten a live cricket.
Well, like a while ago. It wasn't like today.
Did you just like pick it up and
And nom that shit?
Yeah. You
Yeah, I
know.
was like, what is this guy? And then he was swimming away. Like,
What is this guy? Is he food?
so cute.
It's like that's how like sharks identify stuff. Is they take a bite into it and be like, nah, it's not food.
yeah, well, it didn't taste good, but it was crunchy.
Ooh, that's food.
You need to up the ante. You need to eat a carpenter ant.
Oh, or a bee.
Or a bullet ant.
Or a
No.
mouse.
red ant? Those ones. taste
Another
different.
human.
Okay.
Yeah, another person.
Yeah, we've gotten to the top now.
Alright, cool.
I'm now cannibal.
So, we're built different. Go on.
Yeah, and so, you know, if you're in conversation with just somebody living out their day, and you make what they're saying important and special, like a good improviser, a good supporting improviser would, then it makes them feel like, oh, wow, this person's really listening to me. This person's really, you know, making what I like, listening to what I really like hearing me.
Can I give an alienating opinion?
Okay?
The other side of that coin, which I completely agree with, is that if you don't like supporting other people, and even if you're like casual, but it's like, yeah, I do improv because I like being the center of attention, I like making jokes, but you never support other people, you are a bad improviser, and other people want you off the stage.
Bad improviser. Bad improviser.
Bad.
Like,
Bad improviser.
before I used to have a lackadaisical, like, fucking, like, who cares? Some people just want to have, like, a good time. But, like, I think someone, I forget who, but it was someone from, like, the town I'm currently living in, they pointed out to me, like, yeah, but if you're having a good time and you also don't support other people, your good time is at the expense of others.
Yeah.
And I was like, boy, I never thought of it like
Yeah,
that.
it's zero sum if your currency is attention.
Yeah.
I think at least in improv and certainly in like jams and stuff where you're just doing improv for fun, there's a bit of give and take. There's a bit of a gradient to when you can be selfish or not.
Yeah.
I definitely think in life, being not being supportive is deemed a dick move, and certainly if you are in a consistent group it's going to grate on people's nerves for sure.
Yeah. Did we adequately answer that question?
Does anyone else have any other thoughts?
Oh, I wanted to answer the actual cue card question.
Yeah, there's a.
All right, read it again.
Yeah, how many people have answered? You've answered.
I've answered.
I'll just go quick.
I've
So like,
semi-answered it.
it's kind of cheesy for me to say that the thing that improv did for my life, day-to-day life, is like let me meet Julia, because it's
Wow.
Oh my god.
But it's also kind of like
Improv got me pussy.
Oh, you have a
fucking Drew's
girlfriend?
answer.
I had two answers, okay?
Hey,
I
come
just
here
wanted
for the
to
craft, stay for the chicks.
I wanted to acknowledge that. But I do think
You're gonna make her listen to this podcast later.
She
And be like,
already
don't
does.
worry,
Look, babe,
don't
look,
worry.
look.
The romantic part is coming up. Come on. No, what are you doing? Don't go into the other room. It's about to happen, babe.
Babe, you're missing it.
I'm saying good things.
You think she doesn't enjoy hearing people make fun of me? No, she likes that. But
Well, I mean, if she doesn't, she'd broken up with you a long time ago because it happens
it's
daily.
exposed to it often.
Yeah.
But my new answer to that, is that after leaving university, I mean, I'm not a very like industrious person, you know, I don't like get a task and do it and move on to the next one and come up with all these things. So like being part of a group, being part of an improv group kind of showed me a few ways to do things that aren't guided by other people, you know, like I can be more than just an employee that has somebody telling them what to do. I have a little bit more agency in my life because of that, and I think that's very rewarding for me.
I'd say next to me, you're the most let's get this shit done person in the group.
Sometimes.
Most
I
times.
showed up late today.
Yeah, but I mean just in terms of like knowing the task, what needs to get done, asking the right questions. Unquestionably, you are like the second most on that shit. Remember when we were drafting our fucking like our manifesto document? You were the one constantly asking questions and going, we should include this. What about
Everybody
this?
else? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good time. No, it wasn't. But anyway.
It was fun.
That's my answer to that question.
I
which is
accused you
less
of
about-
peeing and
less,
Luke laughed.
Yeah, that was funny.
Less about
You-
improv and more about being an improv troupe.
You straight
All
up
right,
peed.
all right. Leslie?
I would say for myself, it's helped me with my confidence quite a bit, whether that be with like expressiveness or just simply existing. Like I feel like before improv I was really self-critical and just like always thinking about like, oh, why am I valuable to this person? What are my like strengths here and stuff, and just getting in my head a lot about things, but
And you don't do that now?
no.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I found performing, especially in front of more people and stuff like that and alongside others, you start to see you know,
How worthless everyone else is and how cool you are.
yeah. But no, you start to, you know, realize your value a little more. And
That's so wholesome.
yeah, I don't know. It's helped me
wholesome for this.
find myself a little bit.
Too wholesome.
Yeah.
Cut it.
Cut it out.
Leslie, what do you have to
Yeah.
say? Get this it first. Anyway, next question.
All right, so do we do the second half of the question? I think
If
we
it's-
give it a chance.
If it's good.
Yeah, but it has to be really good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think this is a question for everyone except for me. Did you practice your impressions/accents, or are you just a natural?
Why is it for everyone but you?
Can I just say...
I cannot do impressions for the life of me.
Yeah, but
Or,
you
like,
did one.
accents,
You did a pirate-ish one during the
and then I
fucking.
stopped halfway through.
Well,
I
then
do
you
that
could just
all
say
the
no.
time.
I didn't practice, and it shows.
Yeah.
I played a goat in one of the scenes, and I had like dead eyes or whatever.
Did you practice that?
And well, that's the thing is somebody asked me after the fact, like, did you practice being a goat? And I was like, no, I've never done
Who
that
the
before.
fuck
in my
asked
life.
you if you practiced being a goat?
Like, that was so
My
convincing.
old boss's girlfriend.
I was about to say it's someone very kinky, so that speaks for itself. Did we I mean,
was really funny.
I think it's just inherent. Like when you do improv, you want to perform as someone who you yourself are not.
Yeah.
I think improv is a form of escapism.
Yeah.
So like in that way, yes.
It's less about practicing, you know, specifically a German accent or specifically a British accent, and more about like I'm gonna do different voices when I do characters or different body types or different. And so it's just practicing the baseline of getting into a different character and less about the specific character you're playing.
Yeah, I mean, I do voice work for like indie games and stuff like that on the side, so I guess that helps.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because sometimes people will be like, we need you to do like a standard American accent. And I know that sounds bizarre given that my accent's almost completely gone. But sometimes I'll say like here, and they go, we didn't hear the R in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll have to like put on the full General American for that.
That's fucking wild, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That's fucking wild.
Next! Alright, let me read this one, Drew. Give me the damn question. Okay.
Are you happy you picked that one?
Eric says, shout out to Colin B. Anthes.
Hey!
Why
Shout
are we
out
doing
to
that?
Colin B. Anthes.
It's an inside joke, but also Colin B. Anthes is a very, very kind supporter of mine, and he does like community wealth initiatives in the Niagara region. Next.
Okay.
Seriously?
That was your question.
Fuck you.
Wow, this is very.
Oh, he got two.
He got the
I'm
meaty
spitting
one.
everywhere. I'm sorry.
Leslie got
Yeah.
2 and Daryl got 2.
Okay.
Shame sandwich for Paul.
This sucks.
Okay, so there's 2 of them, and then there's something afterwards that I'm supposed to read after the questions.
I'm gonna kill myself.
So, first one's, what's your fave animal and why?
Ooh.
Okay.
Raccoons.
Raccoons?
Yeah.
Okay.
Scrappy little bastards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okapi, because I saw them in Zoo Tycoon. They look really cool. They're endangered.
Whenever I think of okapis, I think of Zoo Tycoon as well.
Humpback whales, because they're very smart, but they're very big.
Okay.
I like the lyrebird because they can make all sorts of different sounds, like the sounds of
Oh,
chainsaws
yeah.
and things with their mouth.
Those are the ones that make like the camera sounds and stuff in that one
Yeah.
video on BBC, and they're like, "Hey, what?"
Exactly. They're like masters of
Thanks, Leslie.
Thank you.
Practice your
thank you.
impressions?
I am just a natural.
All right. Favorite animal, go.
I like frogs. They're so cute.
Okay. All right, next.
What's your fave color and why?
Oh my god, I'm gonna kill myself.
Humpbacks are blue. They're dark blue.
My
They're
favorite
blue.
color is green because I feel at peace with green.
For the same reason, I like dark green or light pink.
Oh, I like blue, like a deep sea blue.
That's what I said.
Green and purple are tied for the top for me because we live in a society.
Yeah.
I think it's just because I like cool colors and I just happen to like the aesthetic of greens. And it's interesting how all of us said cool colors.
Yeah, because we're cool people.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mine used to be red, but it switched to green when I got older.
See you at Christmas. You're like mature
Yeah.
Christmas.
My life is Christmas.
Okay, so after the questions it says, apparently your favorite animal and the reasons why says how you feel about yourself, and your favorite color and reasons why are how you want to be.
I'm endangered? I was in Zoo Tycoon?
Hell yeah!
Big.
I'm just a little guy.
I want to make a bunch of different sounds.
I'm scrappy but want to be at peace. Is that what it is?
You scrappy little rascal, I think you said.
Yeah. So
And you
I
are
said-
a rascal.
I said scrappy little bastard, actually.
Oh, yes, you are
That's
a
unfortunate.
bastard.
All right, well, thank you for the riveting fucking revelation.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Thank you, BuzzFeed.
Thanks, yeah.
I've heard that exact same thing, but they ask what like your second most favorite animal is, and that one's like how you perceive others.
That's jacking off. That is just jacking off onto a blog.
As a psychology major, that shit.
Yo, forward that email.
That's jacking off into somebody's cup.
Shut up with your fucking cups.
Daryl will not let this joke die.
It's not a joke.
This question pertains actually quite well to Leslie's last answer.
Oh.
Do you have thoughts on frogs?
I do.
Yay, nay, indifferent? Tell me about it.
Yay!
Ribbit.
Yay!
Ribbit?
Yeah.
No one
Who
put their
wrote
names.
that?
Yeah, no one put their names on these
No,
cards.
the name's Ribbit.
The name's Ribbit.
Oh.
Sweet, dude.
Yeah.
We never asked for names.
Thoughts on frogs?
I mean, Leslie seems excited.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go.
I love frogs. They're so cute. I used to go out frog hunting a lot, but not like hunting to
Yeah.
exactly. Every time it rained in high school, me and my friends would go driving
Would go out and just say, "Where are you, little
Pretty
frog?
much, we go.
Skin them, sell the meat, dry the hides.
Get him and gut him and stick him up on my wall."
We just go out on the highway in the forest and just look for frogs.
Sorry, the
You would
the
run
highway.
the highway?
The highway in the forest.
Petawawa, yes.
Oh,
What does that
checks
have to
out.
do-
No, that checks out.
What was it?
Wow.
That's where you find frogs.
It's
They're-
where you
they're
find
highway-
highways. They go.
It's
through
surely
the forest.
by the forest or cuts through the forest. It's not the highway in the forest.
Well,
that
Yeah,
just
it's
sounds
lined
like
by trees.
There's
the
not
most
trees
awful
on the
Beatrix
road.
Potter book or
You don't
something
have
like
to
that.
weave the trees.
Yeah, we had a lot.
I don't
of
think you have to
people-
weave. You're just making up variables because you make up everything because you're bad at everything,
Don't
Drew.
we all just make up everything?
Yes,
Come on
but
now.
you do it in a particularly superficial way.
But I'm just worse at it.
It's not that you're
No,
worse,
whenever
it's that
I-
you're baffling.
Whenever I think of frogs, I think of bathrooms. Because, like, my
Yes,
That's not what you say after what Paul just said.
My,
really disproving me here, Drew. Holy shit.
my dad also really likes frogs, so he has a bunch
Does
of
he
like,
really like bathrooms? Is that why?
Let me finish.
He shits.
This is like a frog.
He had a shelf in the bathroom in our family home that had a bunch of ceramic frogs on it.
All right.
And I've been to multiple other homes that have had shelves with ceramic frogs in their bathrooms. So now I just associate frogs
With the pleasure of
bathrooms.
shitting.
I have a ceramic.
I do
frog.
not feel pleasure when I shit myself.
Okay, hold the fuck on.
Whoa.
Everyone feels pleasure when they shit.
Some
Maybe because
shits
you
are
stood up
spiky.
or whatever the
Yeah,
fuck to
some.
shit.
After,
Yeah.
not while shitting.
Well, I don't know. You told us that you stood up to wipe and that you happen to not feel pleasure while shitting. I think there's a
I
correlation
feel
there.
relief after the fact, but some of them
That's
are,
pleasure.
Some
That's
of them
pleasure.
Are uncomfortable.
That's endorphins.
That's pleasure. Yeah,
Not-
no, I'm
yeah,
saying
that's after, not while shitting.
it's the process of shitting. You feel good after shitting.
After shitting.
Yes.
Yeah, because
that's
I was
not a separate action
No,
from
like-
shitting. How are you bad at everything? How do you do this? How's your
feel-
brain? How did you learn human speech?
I feel pleasure because I shit, not while I'm shitting. What's confusing about that?
Well, that's just how you feel when you shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe you don't feel pleasure, but the rest of us in the world do.
You know, like the
And
moment.
you're allowed to. That's fine. I'm allowed to not.
You know, like the moment where you've already done enough pushing and it finally
It goes out.
it
and you're
goes
like,
out
oh.
and you're like,
The last bit, yeah, because I'm like, thank God it's over.
That's
No,
pleasure.
sure,
That's
still.
pleasure, though.
That's yeah, but
And that's during the act, dumbass. Finishing a symphony,
So,
believe it or
hold
not,
on,
is
hold
still
on, hold
part
on.
of writing the fucking symphony.
If you-
It's a symphony of your poop, you idiot.
if you are getting like I don't know, your fucking like nails ripped off, and they ripped
the
off the
hell?
last nail, and you would be like, oh, thank God it's over. I could be like, oh, you enjoy torture, do you? You got pleasure from torture?
Surely,
no, you
surely,
wouldn't.
Surely you see how dumb that comparison is.
It's not dumb. I'm saying I'm glad it's over.
Did you-
There's many things I'm glad
So
that are
there's a
over.
Twitter thread I remember where like people were complaining. You'll know about this because you like video games. Elden Ring, you know? a bit
Yeah, I
about
know Elden Ring,
Yeah.
yeah.
So like some people were contesting like, oh, it's bad that they don't like keep track of all the quests you need to do. But it's like some people find it like exciting to have like a journal and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So I saw one person who was like, some people find it exciting to have a journal, and I saw like 3 replies to that tweet, and I was like, it's Twitter, I bet. And I clicked on it, and sure enough, one of the replies were, yeah, some people like cutting their arms open and putting lemon juice in the wounds.
How is
That is exactly what you're doing.
That is not analogous to what I'm
Yes,
doing.
it is. Ow.
You just compared shitting, which people usually
find
do
pleasurable.
every day.
Yeah, to
And
ripping
pleasurable.
off fingernails.
Oh my god. Okay. What do I start with? So one, saying that, some people like cutting their arms off and putting lemon juice might be true, but it's irrelevant. Okay, so it's not like
Then your finger
it doesn't
cut
matter.
nails thing
It's-
is irrelevant.
No,
it doesn't
because
matter.
you were saying
But
that just
Judge
because you're
Drew
glad
has
somebody
decreed,
el-
the stupidest judge in America.
Your point was that you're glad something's over, therefore you enjoyed it. My
no,
point-
hold on. No, that's not my point at all.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
Well, that's because you're stupid. All right. What I'm trying to say is that the pleasure of like feeling it passing through you is part and parcel. It leads to the end, but that's not the same thing as being glad that something as a holistic thing is over.
Well, my
What? Yeah.
I would also contend that a large part of the pleasure of sexual activity is the orgasm, which is the ending of said process.
Isn't it your turn to ask a
It's
question?
your turn, buddy old pal. Also, this question was about frogs.
They're cool. Yeah,
Coincidentally.
yay frogs. Yay
Yeah,
frogs.
consensus,
long-
yeah.
Frogs.
Don't they breathe through their skin or something?
That's cool, man.
All right, this next question.
Don't all of
Would
us.
you rather never slay again or slay so much that slaying loses all meaning?
You know what? I already experienced the latter. I'd like to experience the former for once.
Yeah, I like to slay all the time before it, so I'd experience, so I have no meaning. Post scarcity slaying,
This person, you have really nice writing. Slay.
slay.
Absolutely slay.
Okay, so slay. Okay, can I get a definition? Slay as in have
Slay.
sex,
Kick
or
ass.
is it just like generally be cool?
I see it as like, yeah, like kicking ass.
Okay, I saw the sex.
Like you're being yourself and you're kicking ass.
He said ass. Oh my
This
god.
kind of.
I mean, we can answer both of them as separate things. Maybe it's sex, but
This kind of, well, if it's just like be awesome, this kind of sucks. Like both of these outcomes suck. I think
They
I just
both
kill
suck.
myself.
no, it's basically a question of would you rather, what was it, have loved and lost versus have never loved in the first place?
I'd
Whatever
rather
that
have loved
quote-
and lost,
whatever
but
that
this
quote
this
is.
one, I'm
It's
killing
the
myself.
same
To have
gist.
slayed
I don't-
and lost,
I
but
don't
But to
think
have
that's
never-
the same thing.
It's the same gist.
I don't think that's the same gist.
Oh my god, are we having the same conversation again?
You are, because you're always having the same bad conversation. Maybe that's why you never grow.
Jesus.
Only one of us answered this.
I would rather slay until it loses all slayness.
Cool.
Yeah, I would like to do that too. I'd rather live
Cool.
in post-scarcity awesomeness
Cool.
than
Yeah.
scarcity
I
awesome.
agree.
I would rather
You can't just say yes.
slay so much that slaying loses all meaning.
All right, cool.
That's not too bad compared to no slaying.
Never slaying again.
God.
Is it my turn?
Yes, it's
All
your
right.
turn.
Okay, I love this one. What do you see?
This is a podcast.
Okay.
This is a
We did
fucking.
say that when we asked them to write the questions,
should we
right? We
take
did say it
turns
would be the
describing it?
podcast. Yeah, what do you see, Paul? What do you see?
A bad
Ooh, I know
fucking
what it is.
question.
Oh!
I
see-
cut it in half. For
I
those.
see a worm in dirt. See, look, he looks kind of like a worm. He's got
Alright,
those little
alright.
bands.
If
that
I was-
the
if
wormies
I was to-
have.
To me, that
Pressed.
looks like a cigar with like an ashtray beside
If I was to be
Shut
pressed,
the fuck up, Paul. We're answering the question.
I'm trying to answer it too. I'm trying to
Well,
answer
wait
it too.
until it's your turn.
Yeah, Drew. Yeah, Drew. Yeah, Drew.
It's really like the smallest of victories for Drew warrants applause now
I
because
need
he's
at
so
least
stupid.
one. I need at least one.
It kind of looks like a motorcycle to me.
I think it looks like a crude
You see that?
sword.
Like,
Yeah, like the front
Yeah,
wheel.
I was
kind of
gonna
thing.
say sword. Yeah,
Yeah,
it looks
sword.
like a dagger, and then this is the blood.
Alright.
Like it stabs somebody.
we're done.
You know what? I'll
Next
take a picture
question.
of that. Hold on, I'll take a picture of that. The day this episode airs, check our
Tweet it.
Instagram story.
Insta.
Right. Oh, okay. So someone who knows how to fucking, do this, put their name here. This comes in from Josh.
yeah.
If you could have one song playing when you die, what would be your last choice?
Last choice.
Yeah. Alright. So, this sucks. If you could have one song playing when you die, what would your last You know what? I want you to answer this, Drew, because maybe you'll answer it coherently. I feel like you're
When I die, like
you're
not
like
for
the
my funeral.
you're like
when
the
I
human
die.
equivalent of like a high score in Pac-Man. Occasionally you say
What?
something so stupid you flip back to smart.
What does that have to do with Pac-Man?
Because if you get a high enough score, it flips back to zero.
Oh, really?
It depends how we're interpreting this. So whether it's
like
the
in the
song that
moment of
plays
death.
as you die,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
is
yeah.
it once you die in the afterlife you only
No,
hear that
this-
song?
No,
This is
it's
as
like
you die.
You're like listening to
One
this song and you
playing
get
when
shot.
you die.
What would be your last
Oh,
choice? Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so Drew.
Thank you, Josh, for your question.
Thank you, Josh, for your question. This is for you. Right, go on. Rip that one too.
The
a
thing
good
is,
question, I'm
there's
just
there's
mean.
like obvious songs that would be terrible, like anything by
like an audiobook of fucking Lolita or something.
No, I was thinking like Crazy Frog. Like Crazy Frog would be.
I'd rather be found. Okay, hold on. I'd rather be found. Let's say the police find me 1 second after I die. I'd
Yeah.
rather Crazy Frog be playing rather than an audiobook of Lolita.
That's not a song. We had the conversation about what
Okay, fine.
constitutes
It's
a song earlier.
It's auto-tuned.
Yeah, the auto-tuned audiobook.
Yeah.
Nightcore Lolita.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
you know what
because,
it would be? You know what it would be? It would be speaking of auto-tuned.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube. I think it was made like 3 years ago. It's like a folk version of a bunch of what's the InfoWars guy's name?
Alex Jones.
Yeah, Alex Jones like rants.
No, but
and
that's
stuff.
meme value.
It's
If-
meme value, but to die to that, like your life led to that moment, that's sad.
I don't know. I feel like that would be as memey as a Crazy Frog. Lolita as an audiobook, that's not like a meme or anything like that. It's very clear, especially to the police, that you consciously downloaded it and were playing it when you die. You know what I mean? Like
I guess
independently
that's
of
fair.
trends.
Yeah.
So like they see my dead body and the audiobook of like Lolita is playing. They're like, that guy's a pedo. But if they actually no, because Lolita like it condemns pedophilia, and then Kubrick was like, oh, he's the misunderstood good guy.
The
and then
score of Lolita, then.
yeah, I'm not joking. Kubrick. To be fair, a lot of the content of Lolita the movie was cut out, but Lolita the book is about how this guy's a pedophile and terrible. Lolita the movie, released by Kubrick, is about how he's a misunderstood stood good guy, and we judged him too harshly.
Yeah, it's like, what is this 12-year-old vixen? Like,
Yeah. She's the real antagonist.
She's a demon.
Yeah, no, it's a terrible movie. Anyway, yeah, but so anyway, if the Lolita's playing, they think I'm a pedo. If like fucking Crazy Frog is playing, they think I'm cringe, and I'd rather
That's
rather
not
be
cringe. That's epic.
That's based.
I'd rather be I'd rather be the epic bacon Reddit cringe than fucking a pedo. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
If I could have one song playing when I die, honestly, something like powerful and classical. Maybe pictures at an exhibition or something like that. There you go.
Would you want to have playing or wouldn't want to have playing?
I'd want to have it playing for 2 reasons. Number 1, really good song. Number 2, it's 30 minutes. I get to enjoy a bit more of life.
You just drag it on the whole time?
Yeah. What's the longest song in existence? I want that playing when I die.
You don't get to listen to the end
The
of
song
it.
that never ends.
That would be torture.
That's immoral. That's
If that
immortality.
carries on after you die, like Leslie was
No,
saying,
it
fuck
does.
that.
It doesn't carry on after I die.
We
because
don't
it
know. We
Never
don't
ends.
know what happens after
It never ends. I'm immortal,
Yeah.
but as a consequence of that, it's always playing in loop inside my head. I think I'd kill
I
myself.
think Kalinka would be a cool song. I don't know if everybody knows what Kalinka is. That would be a cool song to die to.
I don't know what that
It's
is.
like it's like a Russian. It's got like this like really eerie like build up to it. It's enjoyable. But.
All right.
So you want something eerie before you die?
Yeah, that'd be
In
cool.
anticipation of hell?
Yeah, because then I'm like, why is this song playing right now? It's like, why is boss music playing?
That sounds cool.
But it's just like Kalinka, Kalinka, Kalinka.
So is that-
Maya.
Is that your answer then?
What I would want, yeah.
Yeah.
I know what would be good for Drew.
What?
I'm a secret lemonade drinker.
Oh, what?
What's happening?
I'm so. It's so amazing.
Give it up, but just one of those
Those nights, all white, all white lemonade. It's so crazy how, like, I heard it for the first time and thought, Drew would love this for no fucking reason, and then Drew loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaks to our friendship. We actually have a friend, outside of this podcast, Drew and I are decently close, I'd say. Just in
When
case
we're not
anyone...
bickering or,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, even when we are, I just like to point that out for the record in case anyone ever goes like, wow, Paul's a mean piece of shit, or wow, Drew's basically brain dead. These are our characters.
Fuck you.
These are our characters. Drew is deliberately
I'm
being
way
stupid
smarter in person.
on this podcast. Yeah.
Give
All
Drew a
right.
chance.
He's a secret lemonade drinker.
So I would say the song that I would have going out is My Neck,
My back,
My Pussy, and My Crack.
Is that just the blood rolling down your neck, your back?
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
I didn't think about how I would die.
You have to lick your blood, your butt blood?
Dibs.
Butt blood. No, thank you.
My answer is Deep Throat by Cupcake.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah, that's not great. Is that the I suck
Daddy
dick like
better
it's
make
break?
me choke.
Is that the I suck dick like giving CPR song?
Wait, that might be one of her others. They're very
They're all
similar themes, yeah.
She made one song. Yeah, got
No,
it.
that's slaying.
All right.
Slay.
Slay.
I didn't answer.
What do you want?
It goes like, Is it being said?
It's just Lemonade Drinker, but it's slower.
You know this song?
No.
It goes like this.
Oh my gosh. All right, what's the next question?
Okay, so the first question they crossed out, I'm gonna ask it anyway.
No, the second one is so good.
That's censorship.
So, ask it really angrily.
The first, no, the second.
The second one.
because
Ask the
it's
second
in
one
caps.
really angrily.
Where was Gondor when the fucking Westfold fell?
All right, so
I'm not a psychopath. I just want things to be clean.
all right,
Same
so
energy. Where was
I like
Gondor
when the Westfold fell. Do you know your like Lord of the Rings lore all that well?
I know the lore all right. I'm not very good at like the quotes and stuff though.
That's fine. Do you happen to know what happened with Gondor when the Westfold fell?
I don't remember. Weren't they fighting? They were doing something important. There was a reason they weren't there.
Yeah, there was a tea convention that day, and they were like, "Ooh boy, Jasmine."
Wasn't that when fucking one of the main cities was falling in Gondor as well, or is that a different thing?
Osgiliath?
Wasn't it?
Osgiliath fell way later.
Not Osgiliath, the one where like Minas Tirith or whatever it's called. The one
Is this how you feel
the one that
when
looked like
we
the
bring
Wizard
up
of Oz
movies?
City?
Y'all are a bunch of fucking nerds.
Yeah.
Versions.
Look, I know it all right. I don't know
Say that
every
more loudly.
fact.
Yeah, shriveled us.
Sorry,
you
y'all are a
remember
bunch of
where it was?
fucking nerds.
Nerds. Do you remember where they were?
Do I remember what they were?
Where they were?
Where they were when the Westfold fell? No, that's why I was asking you.
It is on YouTube. I have watched a lore video on it. I don't remember.
All right.
Nice.
Well,
Is it canon?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a lot of like canon. shit for
you took
Lord
your
of the Rings.
glasses off. You were checked the fuck
in
out.
either the books or the Silmarillion.
All right.
Here we go.
We have another name. I
Yay!
won't say it.
Do it. This question comes from.
IVT.
All right.
What is the most illegal thing you've ever done?
I swear we've answered
We've had
this
something
before.
like this
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
I guess like lightning round and don't tell the story. Just say what it was.
Okay.
Maybe internet piracy?
For me, it was fucking a man.
At the time, it was illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was 1912.
I was so much a minor, it was also illegal for that. What is the most illegal thing I've done? Like, when we say most illegal, is it like the most scandalous or like the
It's-
biggest fine?
It's
or?
based off your definition, I guess, because like speeding is illegal, but like, is it the most illegal thing you've ever done?
I do that every week, babe.
Exactly.
Like, all of us do that every week.
But if you're like stunt driving, speeding like 50 kilometers above, that would be pretty illegal.
I once
That would
did
be pretty
160.
bad. Yeah, so maybe that then. Because
I
you
also
can get like a thick fine for that.
thick fuck. Well, the only reason I did it was because it was a fully straight road and no one was on for miles. Like, I wouldn't have done it otherwise.
Now, if you have like a bunch of puzzles and they choose to die or live, is that illegal?
All right, Tobin Bell, you want to explain yourself?
No, that's just saw.
People had puzzles.
I once lit a slide on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
Fire's
mine was,
illegal.
was probably stealing a hat. Was probably mine. Though.
Arson seems.
I
You
don't-
stole?
You stole a
I
hat?
told the story
stole?
on the podcast.
Oh my
before.
God.
Oh my god,
I
that's
don't,
bad.
I don't do that much illegal shit anymore.
Moral
Wait. You're saying you stole a hat? You fucked your cat? Surely that's
I did
more
not fuck my cat.
Oh, Shane Dawson.
I
Okay,
didn't
Shane
come on my
Dawson.
cat, I didn't fuck my cat, I didn't...
Anyway, I don't know if the most illegal like breaking and entering like an abandoned building,
Yeah,
maybe.
trespassing. I've
Yeah.
trespassed too, but I don't see that as like as illegal as
Yeah,
stealing.
right.
Of course you do. You think stealing is like the worst thing a human being
cardinal
can
sin,
do.
yeah.
You've got a real Tim Allen arc.
Real Tim Allen?
Yeah.
Is that a movie reference?
He was loved and then he was bad and had bad opinions, and that's you.
Yeah. Well, no.
At least
I'm
I was
saying
loved at some point in my life.
Your stealing a hat is his dealing coke, and then he ratted out his friends, and now he was like, "Oh, I'm a good person being a shitty comedian," and then everyone liked him, and then he's like, "Being a conservative in Hollywood is like being a Jew in the Holocaust," and now he doesn't work anymore.
What a shame.
Shocker.
He probably still works.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's going on fucking book tours right now.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else got anything else to add before I move on to the next question?
I bet I've done something illegal. Watch our entire podcast history. You'll find out what I've
Yeah.
done most.
Come on,
illegal.
Leslie. Tell us the most
Threaten the
illegal
president.
thing.
Ooh,
Prime
I
Minister,
consumed something.
Oh,
And I
was it
wasn't-
BHB?
I wasn't supposed to.
Was it salvia?
Was it like? It's
You
sure.
can't see Leslie's face, but it's very funny.
She
Wait,
ate somebody's lunch.
I was about to say it's not like we're not talking celery here.
Did you drink gasoline?
No.
That's not. The police aren't gonna be like, "Who's drinking gasoline?"
Is that illegal or is it just a bad idea?
Illegal.
It's probably
Is
bad.
it?
idea.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we
To
were asking the
drink
question.
gasoline?
I thought we were asking the question is
Oh, okay.
illegal. Yeah, the question is
The question was
illegal.
Well, if you don't
This is
pay
the
for
most
it.
What the hell did you consume?
That's stealing then.
A drug.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A woo
right.
drug?
Yeah.
Is it a fungus?
No. I actually tried that last week and I think I got
Wait.
ripped off.
Wasn't this in the November episode that she was talking about? Like,
Yeah, but that was a lie, remember? It was that two truths and a lie thing, and you're like, oh, people were doing coke and the thing.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
was that not a lie?
Must have been.
Oh my god.
It was a
All
different
right.
time she did coke. All right,
No, it
next
wasn't
question.
like... Okay, whatever, doesn't matter.
I
How-
don't do coke for clarification. I never have.
No, that was the lie. So that's why I was curious. It's like, oh, so what is the... What's left?
Was it masculine?
No.
Who cares what it was?
I kind of want to play
I thought we said we weren't elaborating.
How many voices / impressions can y'all do?
Fucking zero,
With
bro.
a smiley face.
Zero, dude.
Fuck it's you. What's up, motherfucker? No, hold on. Leslie.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, don't make me do
No.
stuff.
Make your voice real high, right?
Yeah.
And then
How
push
high?
like
that's so much higher.
all right, and now put your fucking face in a position that you wouldn't normally, like anything. Yeah, there you go. And do the first voice that comes to your mind. Go. Yeah. There you go. You just did a voice, an
That was
impression.
like an impression of Luke.
Who are you?
Look at that.
That's
fucking-
kind of Luke. Is that what you do?
Sarah's impression of me.
I described you to someone the other day by going, "Oh, he's the guy that usually plays characters that are like, meh," and he's like, "I know exactly who you're talking about."
I want to say to any budding actors or voice actors or anything like that out there, it is a genuine tip, and it just worked on Leslie, so I can swear by it. If you want to practice doing like character acting, put your face in like a position or like something that like you normally wouldn't, and then like start talking with what feels natural for like what that face would sound like. You proved it just now.
Yeah, that was
You
cool.
made
Yeah, that is like one of the first things that that my vocal tutor taught me.
My answer is actually related, like similar to that. I'm really bad with like real world impressions and like real world like accents and stuff.
Same.
I'm all right with the British one. I used to be terrible, but I've gotten better.
A bit of banana. Which British? Like high class
What is
British?
it called? Royal English, Queen's English,
Yeah, yeah.
something like that.
Hello there. Can I get something for you? Yeah, I'd like a sauce and a bit of banana.
I would love to be better at the Cockney accent. That'd be fantastic.
I call it a bit of banana accent at this point because I love
That's
saying
your go-to
a bit of
line.
banana. Something about it is
Gets you
so
into it.
lovely. Yeah.
Jason Statham.
But I really enjoy doing like voices that are just
We gotta save the bit of banana.
Oh, I can't stop until I have a bit of banana.
Oh, I love this bit. I love this sort of thing.
just sit in this forever.
Just fucking Jason Statham action movie. It's like Jason Statham stars in a bit of banana. We gotta save a bit of banana.
So to take away from the bit a little bit, I like doing
A bit of banana.
banana bit. I like doing like voices and shit, like especially playing like Dungeons and Dragons. It's part and parcel to doing that.
What?
But not doing real accents, like just being like, it's like vaguely this area of the world, but it
fly's
doesn't.
open.
It doesn't have to be because it's. I'm just gonna finger my pants, but it's. It's.
Can you clip that?
New censor sound.
I'm just gonna
Finger my pants.
But yeah, it's like it doesn't
New
have to be-
podcast name.
There's a bit of banana poking out.
That was well done.
Anyway, that's my answer to that question.
It's part and parcel to D&D.
Yeah, like because it doesn't have to be from anywhere specific. It's not our world.
Yeah.
Banana.
Bit of banana. Yeah. I don't like doing impressions of people because I'm too much of a perfectionist and I like record myself
It
and
has
then
to
go
be
like
exactly right.
It sounds too much like me. Yeah.
Yeah.
And number two, a lot of people think that good impressions are doing like a facsimile
Catchphrases.
or not even that, like a facsimile or like an exaggeration of what it is. So like everyone thinks the best Arnold Schwarzenegger impression is like yeah.
That's
And it's
fun.
like, wow, that was impressive.
Yeah, that was a really good Arnold Schwarzenegger. He doesn't even sound like that.
That was better than him.
That's
yeah.
more Schwarzenegger than Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, exactly. It's stupid.
Yeah, I think I can't put a number on how many voices or accents I can do.
Yeah.
But for me, it's about maintaining, and I don't think I can maintain two of them. Like for a whole scene, you know, for like 3, 5, 10 minutes.
Especially
maintain
if
the-
you're switching between characters, and you're like, "What was this one again?" It was something else. Yeah,
I maintained the Cockney dino decently
but that's
well.
like a strong.
yeah, that's a
accent.
very strong accent. That's the thing.
Yeah,
If you
once
do
you're
a
into it.
if you do a soft accent, it's super
like
hard
if
to
it's
maintain.
just pitch adjusted, you're just
So
higher pitch.
you need to go crazy. It's zanier with it.
Zany.
Oh, yeah.
Zany. That just brought back a memory of in high school we were allowed to like interpret just like a bunch of different plays, and I did a Brecht play as Larry David, and it was really fun.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Larry David.
I was grade 11.
I think that that's beautiful.
Just waiting for Godot, yeah.
Oh, that's
As Larry
nice.
David.
Waiting for Godot is Brecht.
It's not. That's not Brecht.
That's Samuel Beckett.
Beckett.
I was like,
Yeah.
wait a second. Yeah.
Beckett.
Yeah.
And Beckett.
Holy
Oh, that
shit!
dumb
We were
dumb
ready to fucking
Yeah, we
like,
jumped out. Yeah, we
Yeah.
went to Brock.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, also,
Also-
okay. Hold on.
It's not a podcast. Thing.
Yeah, don't say
I have
that.
something to say off the podcast.
Put a pin in it. I'll need to remind you afterwards. But yeah, I was about to say, it was because of my fucking high school drama teacher. I've talked about him surely before on the podcast, right?
Yeah, the one who was like, you suck at improv, fuck you.
No, that was the other one.
Oh, that was a different one?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that was the guy who was like boosting everybody, and then like he went to you and he's like, "Yeah, you think you're stupid? You think you're
No, that's
nothing."
another one.
You've had some strong connections.
Okay, so I want to emphasize that one that Daryl mentioned was a great teacher and a great, like, I want to say friend, but as much a friend as a teacher can be and not be creepy, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, so that guy was really, really sweet, and he was trying to, like, it's because I acted awkward, and surely, like, he caught up on that, and I just was not self-aware. The other two teachers, yeah, one of them, I tried out for improv every year because at my high school, we didn't have an improv club, we had an improv team, and out of, no joke.
It was not casual at all.
It was not casual, no joke, out of 100 people that auditioned for it every year.
You had 100 people interested in improv in your high school?
That's
Yeah, so
we tried to set up a club at a school of like 600 people, and we got like 4 to show up.
Yeah.
We played park
Okay.
bench in
I'm
drama
so
class.
jealous.
Yeah,
And-
we
and
did too.
No,
like
don't
4
be
people
fucking
on.
jealous
Park
because
bench is the shit. I
don't
love
be
park
fucking
bench.
jealous because of a few things that I'm about to tell you. Right, so we had the Sears play and the improv tryouts all in one. So there were about, I think, no joke of a lie, around 2 people that auditioned. So when I say 100 people, it's possible theoretically the 190 wanted to be in the play, if you get what I'm saying. But I went to a super artsy high school, right? And so we had like, probably, maybe not 200, maybe the 100 was for everything, but it definitely was 3 digits. Like, we broke fire code in the auditorium whenever we had auditions.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they had to like really strategically use that hour and a half for everyone's auditions. They did it in an industry way where they didn't care about your name. You were asked to put a number on your fucking
fuck.
chest.
Wow.
And they like organized like 6, do this, like
Right.
that sort of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Even if they knew your name, they refused to use your name.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, and then afterwards they're like, "That's a no for me, dog."
Yeah, no, they do like they'd sometimes be like, excuse me, 23. Yeah, whatever you're doing, it's not funny. You can leave if you want. You're not getting in.
Wow.
No, the drama teacher was
Reichstag.
strict, and I'll get to like more fucking tales of that. I'm so sorry that I'm dumping all of this, but I've got a lot to say. Anyway, yeah, so there were 3 callback auditions for improv
You gotta
alone.
narrow it down, yeah.
Each time I made it to the final one, and each time I never got on the team. The team was 6 people.
So wait,
and
you got to the final one every time, and the teacher was still like, you should stop?
yeah.
I feel like if you're making it that consistently to the
So-
top, you're doing fine.
There's more like context to this.
Okay.
So in my the thing that really bothered me in hindsight, now I'll say that in my final year, she was also my English teacher at the time, so we had a bit of a no bullshit relationship. She'd ask like, "Did you do your essay?" And I was like, "No." "Why not?" "I didn't feel like it." "Okay." Like the end, you know, that sort of thing. So I asked her at one point, like, "Hey, why? What am I doing wrong?" That sort of thing. And she said, "Honestly, you just don't have what it takes to be an improviser, and I'd recommend you not pursue it."
Jesus Christ.
It was less about you not having not being like
She just,
mechanically wrong. You just didn't have a spark in her eyes.
I guess.
That's so weird. That's such a non-committal answer.
Well, as well, like it's antithetical to improv to have 6 people pre-decided,
That
and
are the only ones with a spark.
yeah, and here's the thing too. It was always, unless they graduated, the exact same
Oh, I
people.
believe it, yeah.
And she,
Yeah, because you didn't have a chance to practice unless you were on the team.
Thank
so
you.
of course you got back on because
Thank
you never
you.
got to do improv.
Amen,
otherwise.
Oh my
brother.
god, you guys are agreeing.
yeah, no, 100,
We're friends
100.
off the podcast.
Yeah, we're friends on the podcast. 100%. She kept insisting, like, hey, it doesn't matter if they were on the team last year. What matters is your skill, your energy, and your chemistry. And, like, in hindsight, yeah, I wonder who has the best skill, chemistry, and energy. The ones that got to do improv for the last 12 months, or the ones that didn't. It was
That's
fucking
so dumb.
It was fucking insulting, yeah.
That's so
and
dumb.
the worst part was, it was one audition round. So I knew some people who couldn't do it because they were sick for one of the callback days,
Right, yeah.
or had to go home right after to care for like their siblings or something like that. If you got better during the school year, shits for you. If you didn't know you liked improv until like and these were like late September until early October. Shits
Yeah,
for
you
you.
missed your deadline.
Yeah, and there was no way to like practice unless you count the 2 weeks, count them, 2 weeks of improv that you got to do in grades, I believe, 9 and 10 of drama, and then that was it.
Yeah, that sounds real dumb.
It was the dumbest thing in the planet, and I didn't really reconcile with that later because I was like, you ever have that thing where it's like, well, they're adults and I'm not, and I'm sure there has to be a
Oh, yeah,
logical explanation that
100%,
I'm
yeah.
not getting. Yeah. And so, like,
Why? Because I said so. Oh, well, you must know better than
you
me.
must know better. Exactly. Like, you've been a teacher. It would be like pompous of me to presume I know more drama than a drama teacher. But then, like, later on, I happened to watch a show that she was involved in because, like, I knew the troupe and she happened to be like the coach of the troupe. And they had a set, and it was like teachers versus students in a kind of gimmicky way because
Okay,
both
yeah,
the
yeah.
people in the teacher's set were teachers in their day jobs, and I think the 4 people who did the student side were students at like my local university, and they fucking the students bombed their set, right?
no.
They bombed their set. To the extent where, like, I think they offered refunds during the intermission.
Oh, that's so uncomfortable.
Oh my god.
And I want to make this clear, they were the better of the 2 halves that night. And the chief among it was that the teacher set was they were trying to do a slice of life set, and their slice of life set included like them just being in the teacher's locker room or lounge room, just going like, haha, remember this one time, cut to this one time, and that was their set.
So relatable.
It was like a long form. That in itself wasn't bad. I was intrigued with the concept because I didn't know what it was
okay.
like to be a teacher, and they were
I
real
guess,
teachers.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't
They-
know. It just seems like slice of life of.
They had 2 problems. Number one, they were like miming like drinking like coffee and stuff like that, and apparently they had alcohol in their cups because it was like a casual, low key like later on show, and that
So
like
they were
Oh, like
drinking.
they actually were drinking on
they
stage?
actually were drinking on stage, and like it became
At
more
a
and more
school
apparent.
show.
Yeah, and again, well, it wasn't a school show; it was a professional
just
show.
tabs.
Remember that one time
Yeah.
I can't pull down their pants?
No, here's the thing. As they got drunker, they got bolder, and my high school teacher who taught me grade 9 drama, right? I want to emphasize that. She did a remember the time scene where the setup and punchline of the joke, and there was no joke beyond this, was she was trying to seduce and have sex with her grade 9 drama student. And as her past grade 9 drama student, I can't tell you how unfucking comfortable I was. It was the only improv show that I wanted to get up and leave, and the only reason I didn't was because I, at the time, was on good terms with the head of that troupe, and he was already having a nightmare of a night because the student set had bombed. And I knew that me walking out would send a message, and I
Even
didn't
if it was
want-
during the like teachers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's still his troupe, right? He was the manager. He was the ringleader.
okay.
And I just didn't want to walk out because like that would like send a clear message to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, super
That's-
fucking uncomfortable. The other guy was fine. He was the same guy that taught me about Bertolt Brecht and Samuel Beckett and stuff like that. Bertolt Brecht and stuff like that.
Speaking
and,
of frogs.
You remember how in fucking our second year class that we took together, was it you I leaned next to, or were you on the other side? And I was like, didn't we cover this stuff in grade 10? And the other person just went, no. And I just sort of went, sat back down in the chair.
I don't know if you said it to me, but I probably would have said the same thing.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know who Brecht was until university.
Yeah. He taught us that shit in like grade fucking like 10 and 11 and shit like that. He was super hard. He made us do a 1-act where we wrote the script, rehearsed it, made the set, constructed the set, and put on like our own like matinee and evening performance. And they do that at like our old university too. And what would you say is the time frame for 1-acts from beginning to end?
Like, like the whole process?
The whole process.
It's like about a semester.
Yeah, 2 months.
Yeah, that's a lot.
In
That's
grade 12, when we're in high school and we've got other exams and shit we need to do.
Yeah.
We had to create our own costumes. We had to
Presumably
create our
you
own
still
sets.
got like class time to work on it. Like it's not like during
of
class
course.
time you're doing other things.
Of course.
Yeah,
But still, that's way too much to ask of minors, in
Yeah,
my opinion.
that's a lot.
He pushed us to our limits. He fucking made us do a year-end essay, and the essay had to be, I think it was something ludicrous, like at bare minimum 10 whole pages. and stuff like that. And I wanted to do mine on like the aspects of theater in video games because I thought that could be interesting. And he was like, no, that just sounds like you'll be armchair philosophizing. Do something like actually like real. And so I was like, all right, whatever, man. Because I gotten to the point where like he was going to criticize me for everything. He used to have a favorite word with me, undermine. He used to say that I was undermining drama by like being sad because at one point like we had a rehearsal the day after I broke up with someone and I was really sad and he like took me back afterwards and was like, you're undermining drama class. If you want to not give 100%, there's the door.
Jeez.
That's a bad teacher.
Yeah, here's the thing. If you survived his classes, you're among the best of the best. And I can say this with complete confidence, and I don't care if it makes me sound egotistical. I'll try to be humble on a lot of things. I probably fail at those things too. He despised me because I had the ability to be the leader in the class because our class had no leaders, and I chose not to because I saw what was happening around me and just didn't give a shit.
I'm probably not the right person to like talk about it necessarily. Like I'm not qualified enough, but I would challenge your if you survive his class, you become the best of the best. In that you probably are the best of the best at putting up with that shit.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make you the best of the best at drama or
Let-
building sets or anything he was trying to teach
Okay,
you.
let me say this. The people that survived his classes, because we started his grade 12 class with around 17 in the class, I think in our year, and it ended up having to be a split class because the people in our grade, eight people. Everyone
So
else
it was-
dropped out.
Yeah, 11, 12, yeah.
Yeah. Which is like already holy shit levels of extreme, right? Over half the class in our year dropped
Didn't
out.
want to do it, yeah.
Yeah, which is extreme. Anyway, they were definitely great at drama. Like, he was a good teacher at drama. They also, I would say, inherited his most toxic traits, including myself, and that's why I'm very confident when I say this. Remember how shitty of a coach I was in my third year of improv? You don't get to say that.
You're way more harsh on yourself than I think you should be, but there
Maybe.
was definitely things to improve.
Yeah, it's 100% because of him. Like, I was like, this is how to lead a group of drama people.
Right.
And yeah.
You went in with that mindset.
Yeah. Well, that was like that with everything. I submitted my fucking essay thing a day late, and he gave me a 0 on it. And I was like, all right, whatever. Would you please like read it anyway? I worked hard on it because it was like 20 pages of like experimental theater because that's the thing I had to choose after he threw out the video game one.
Like, please give me some
Incidentally,
feedback.
he threw out the video game one within like 2 or 3 weeks of needing to complete it. So like,
So he's like,
so that's probably why I got it in a day late.
oh, who'd thought?
Yeah. And the best part was I was sick the day before. Like, at least I called in sick the day before because I didn't finish it and I didn't want to face him. But he was like, no, you could have sent it electronically. You could have done all these things and you didn't. So you get a 0.
So you get a 0.
And
Not
I was like,
even
whatever.
-10.
Could you
Even
read it anyway?
university just gives you -10. It doesn't.
Yeah, right?
0.
Well, that's the thing. When they say this is the real world, guys, no, it isn't.
No, it isn't.
God.
You don't lose the opportunity to complete something if you're an hour late. And moreover, if you don't complete something, you shouldn't teach kids, well, you may as well not complete it.
Yeah, you might as well give up.
Yeah, that's the most, like, people will fire you for giving up, not for being late.
That was my biggest pet peeve in high school was like how often teachers and staff were like, well, this is the real world. This is what it's going to be like in university.
Yeah.
It's going to be even worse in university. You get to university, it's such a different dynamic. Like the
Fucking
things don't
yeah.
even apply.
Yeah.
It's fucking daycare.
So,
In
yeah,
university, they care about.
Shut up, Daryl.
I mean, you're mean. All right, so, yeah, anyway, he
Let him finish his point.
Go
In
ahead.
university, you care about mental health, but not in the sense of you getting help for your mental health. You care about mental health in the sense of you can hand it in a week late.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I'll sacrifice like a little bit of due date.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you feel
Yeah,
better.
no
yeah.
problem. You know, hey, your grandmother died. Take another day.
Yeah, totally. So anyway, after I submitted it, after going, will you read it anyway? He read it and he was like, it was very good. If you, it probably would have been one of the highest marked in the class. And then
Still
handed
a
it back.
0, though.
No, he handed it back to me with a big 0 on it.
Yeah.
I hate this man.
Yeah, I was
I've never met him, but I hate this man.
Yeah, pompous teachers like that, like,
And I
dude,
hate-
you're a high school drama teacher. Shut the fuck up.
I will say
complex.
he was amazing at what he taught, but my mantra is at what cost.
The thing is like amazing implies like an A or whatever, like 80% up. He could have been great. But
He was if you stayed. He really was good at making you a better actor. He was a great director.
that might be, but there's so much else that goes into being a teacher versus just teaching.
Agreed.
Like you're cultivating in a
Yeah.
different way.
Well, also, if you're creating fucking toxic ass students and like. He was also the subject of so many electrocomplexes that he had a policy of not talking to his female students after they left university because they kept flirting with him.
Oh.
And like I will come to bat for this guy. He never did anything to facilitate it.
I mean, I believe you. This whole situation I don't like. Let's move on.
Of course you don't like it. Yeah. So anyway, I had a nickname for the two drama teachers. I called them, Whiplash, the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the jazz teacher. That's like. He makes people really good drummers and like bassoon players and whatever the fuck. He does. The people in the story, yeah.
Yeah.
But like they're also like really toxic people to each other, and also they get really stressed and all that shit. Yeah, that was him to a T. So I call him Whiplash, and I call the other drama teacher Statutory. Because of the whole like, haha. Wouldn't it be funny if I fucked one of my 14-year-old students, fellow audience? Yeah, right? Ain't this uncomfortable? You have to hear about it. I had to live it.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to our questions here.
Improv is a place of creativity.
So, guys, how do we feel about frogs?
That couldn't have been
Yay.
the last question.
It was
What
the
was-
voice
the
one.
voices one.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I agree with Daryl. It's hard to
Well, 'cause what do you
quantify.
count a voice
Yeah,
as?
exactly.
Yeah.
And a lot
Like
of
I
them
feel
are-
like if I listen to enough like cartoon characters, suddenly I can do 12 more voices because I hadn't thought of them before.
I don't know about you guys. Do you find that you like that you forget that you can do a certain voice and
Yeah.
it comes back again
All the time.
There are voices in high school that I forgot I could do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean like my
I
dad.
remember that character.
Yeah, my dad loves cartoons and he'd do voices with us all the time.
Yeah.
This next question comes from friend of the show, Michelle.
Yay, Michelle!
Michelle, was he at the show?
My bad.
Yes.
What?
He was sitting in the back behind the
He's-
bar table, I think.
I never saw him.
He said hi to you at one point, and you said talk to my lawyer and didn't look up from what you were doing.
Yeah.
Oh,
By
that's
people,
right.
contact your people.
Yeah.
I thought it was Michelle. Sorry.
Obama.
Oh, Bob, no.
They look exactly the same.
Michelle, we're going to after school arcade. They're gonna put on an improv show. Isn't it funny? That dinosaur has a British accent.
That reporter from the knife thing, he's surreal card.
He's really funny.
He doesn't shut up.
I like that his name is Charles. What kind of a name is that?
Michelle, it's gonna be crowded.
Michelle, did you get that? Maybe you didn't. Let me explain it to you. He's like an ass. He's a misogynistic asshole.
Michelle, you don't understand. There's a history planet, and there's a library planet.
Isn't that absurd? Maybe she doesn't get it. She just turns the crowd.
Stands up out of his chair.
Complete piece of shit.
We're doing the improv show and he's just saying this out loud.
We're doing the press conference. I have a question.
Yeah.
No, this is.
Oh.
I used to be the president.
Okay, hold off on the question. That is such a pet peeve of mine. When like you're at a jam or you're at a show and people either who haven't been selected to be in the game or who are in the audience want to get involved and they just allow themselves in no matter what.
I'm way more forgiving on like at a show audience members jumping in. It's like borderline heckling, so it's like kind of weird, but it's still. We have a certain idea of what improv is, and they have a certain idea of what improv is, so it makes sense that it bashes. But at a jam, if you are not supposed to be in the
Yeah.
game and you insert yourself into the game, that annoys
No,
me.
I'm fine with like light heckling and stuff like that. Like God knows I get involved with the audience a lot. I mean, when one person laughs at my joke, I always go thank you and then
Yeah,
return
yeah.
to my thing. Right?
That's different than-
But
That's reverse heckling.
But like if someone hops up on stage and starts doing something, especially derailing the scene, and we have to block to get back to where we were.
I guess it depends, how over the top it is. If it's
And
just calling something out.
at a jam once at an institution that you might know about, there was one person that kept not being selected for games, kept going bring someone's phone and like introducing plot points when the person picks up the phone.
That would drive me crazy.
And it's like,
reasons
dude,
I
you
don't.
you fucking clown. Wait your fucking turn.
Nobody likes that.
Yeah, how dare you? Like,
Speaking of selfish improvisers and stuff.
yeah, because they put their hand up to be in the scene and it was like, you were in the last scene, so we'll check these people. They just wanted to be in the fucking scene. Drives me up the fucking wall.
This scene is not moving fast enough for my liking. I know what to do.
And sometimes it's not
save
even,
it.
Yeah, sometimes it's not even a stagnant scene. They just they have an idea and go, oh, because I have an idea, I deserve
worthy.
to. Yeah.
That's one of my biggest pet peeves too, and that's why I part of the reason I don't go to said institution anymore.
I would call that shit. I think I did once.
I did. I called that shit out. I talked to people individually after like jams and stuff, and it just never did anything. Nothing ever changed, and it started to get on my nerves so bad.
Can we all go? Can we all go to that said institution?
We can.
Do said activities?
Oh, we all just mime different cell phones when people are ring, 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 ring. Every scene across the room.
Yeah, we each connect to each other and just talk over the internet.
Oh, I didn't know this was a group call. Hey guys.
That's so rude.
Awful.
That'd be good guerrilla marketing. That'd be shitty.
terrible
guerrilla,
Yeah.
shitty guerrilla marketing.
Hey, come to our show, everybody.
We're funnier than these assholes.
All right. Well, the question is, what wouldn't you touch with a 12-foot pool cue?
A pool
That's a
ball.
little callback.
Oh,
A little callback to the show.
Don't explain it.
Don't explain it. Yeah, if you didn't watch the show, you
had to be there.
You had to be there.
Yeah.
All right, so Michelle, listen here, you crunk ass punk. I wouldn't touch you with a 12-foot pole cue.
Oh, even if it did extend.
Even if it did extend, I would not.
You gotta clean your body.
And you know what else? And also, you want to know something else? You're not cool.
Yeah, crusty ass little bitch.
Yeah, why isn't your name Michelle, huh?
I was a little harsh. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I love you.
What wouldn't you touch with a 12-foot pool cue?
Politicians.
My loved one. I'd want to hug them directly.
Radioactive material.
I don't have a loved one.
I wouldn't touch a durian because they're disgusting.
You with durians. Durians are delicious if you prepare them correctly.
No.
What are we talking about?
They smell bad. They don't taste bad.
They do. They smell and
reek.
taste bad.
They don't.
They are disgusting. They smell and taste like hot garbage.
You need to learn how to
Hot
cook.
garbage.
You need to learn how to cook, Daryl, and then you will see the light.
Okay, cooking with tweed. Next one.
Durians. Just durian. We'll need one ingredient for this.
You cut open the durian and
it
that
smells like wet
kitchen-
socks, yeah.
That kitchen is impossible to be in.
Yeah.
For real.
You need to fumigate the damn
I
thing,
have
yeah.
a question. What is a durian?
It's like a fruit. It's a fruit from Southeast Asia, yeah.
Looks
Yeah,
kind of
it's-
like a jackfruit that you see at the like Asian grocery stores. They're like those big spiky.
Yeah, it's a big
motherfuckers, yeah.
spiky thing. It's very hard on the outside, but the inside's like soft and like whitish yellow.
Tastes
and-
nice, but smells awful.
Yeah, so in fact, genetically speaking, like I think it's around 50% of people really hate the smell and taste.
Oh, is it like cilantro?
Yeah, it's exactly
Interesting.
like
So maybe we just have different genes.
that. I think so.
I hate cilantro.
And that would make sense because I'm part Turkish and you're not.
Yeah, you're a...
That's why you have different genes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, great. Prepare the great bombard, you fucking pasha, you fucking janissary.
thank you. Pasha? Oh, that's quite a compliment.
Well, it's what you called yourself in our last cooking with I'm glad you didn't remember. I looked really cool for like 1 second there.
That was very good.
Got some
Good
compliments.
pull. All right.
Can you speak like any kind of Turkish dialect?
No,
Oh.
I don't know Turkish. I went to Turkish like Sunday school
Nice.
for
Turkish Sunday school.
Yeah, it was like to learn Turkish, but it was only 1 day a week, and it was
What day?
What day?
I'm not gonna answer that.
Answer.
I'm gonna leave that up to the mystery. Which day? It could be 7 of them.
Could be all 7 of them, I guess.
That's why I didn't go. I didn't have any.
I could.
I
You
don't
also
have time for anything else.
You also could be lying, I guess. It's possible you're not even Turkish.
Yeah, maybe I'm the lyrebird.
Ah, nice. That's well done, you son of a gun.
Nice.
Drew, what wouldn't you touch with a 12-foot pool cue?
Yeah, asshole.
12-foot pool cue. I'm very squeamish when it comes to like
Weemish.
most like injuries and stuff. So I would not touch.
You would poke someone's broken arm.
True, yeah, I probably wouldn't do that either.
I don't want to do this.
But I was
anymore.
thinking, like, you know, people like always rubberneck on the side of the road when they see an accident and stuff like that, and it slows everybody down.
Rubberneck.
Yeah, you've never heard that before?
You've never heard that expression before?
Rubbernecking?
Let's define it. Go.
So basically, you know how you're like driving along a highway, there's a bit of like a backup, you're like, oh, there's an accident up there. A lot of the time, even if it's like there's a divided highway and it has nothing to do with your side of the road,
It has to do with race.
a lot of the time the slowdown is because people are like driving along and they're like, oh, what's going on over there? And their neck is rubber because they're like twisting it around and checking out what's going on over there. And they're like, oh, what's going on over
Gee,
there?
I don't like watching you do that with your
going on
neck.
over there?
Oh,
What?
secret
There's
lemonade drinker.
By the way, I want to talk about how we keep making jokes about how big Drew's neck is, and one of Leslie's friends.
Oh my god, oh my.
Yeah, one of my friends after the show, I went because they were grabbing food, and I went to meet up with them quickly, and they were
Get
like,
your
"It
phone
was
back."
Yeah, and one of them took my
Get your
phone and
fucking
just
phone
left.
back.
Thanks a lot.
Get real. Get real.
But yeah, one of them was like, "Oh yeah, it was so good. Everyone's so funny, especially that guy with the long neck."
Yeah.
And of course, everybody knows who that is.
I love how it's fucking like, it's not even the guy in the fedora, it's not even the tallest one. The one with the big neck, that's his most distinctive feature.
Yeah.
Defined.
Also, David Lynch, that's probably a voice that I can do IRL, like a decent impression of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was doing the guy from the, I want my fucking flag back, the January 6th guy. Remember that?
I've never seen him say, I want my fucking flag back.
He's the guy in the picture where
SpongeBob, I want my fucking flag back.
yeah, he had his feet up on Nancy Pelosi's office. He
The
forgot
NRA
his
is the
flag.
only way to go. Sorry. They're all fascists. Is that the end?
Sandy's not a big stretch.
Yeah. What? Why?
I don't know. She's
She lives in a bubble.
Hey!
All right, that's as best as this is gonna get. Are we moving on to the next question?
So?
All right, this one comes from Nicole with a bunch of.
Oh, that was the one that said you.
Oh, fuck you, Nicole.
She
My neck is
sends
fine.
she sends kisses and hugs, and that's very sweet. I send them back.
I don't.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
staying.
that's why. Whatever. If you were in the blockbuster film Twilight.
Yep.
Sorry, if you were in blockbuster film Twilight staring ass. I don't mean to be making fun of you, Nicole. All right, let me try again. If you were in the blockbuster film Twilight starring Oscar winner Kristen Stewart and Teen Choice Award winner Robert Pattinson, didn't he also get an Oscar for a good time?
I don't think he got any awards for Good Time.
He deserved it.
They hate the Safdie brothers. I don't know what's
Really?
going on. They get almost no attention from the Academy.
But Good Time was such a good time.
Yeah, it is a great time.
Anyway.
We don't even have to try.
Okay, if you were in the movie Twilight, would you be a vampire or a werewolf, and why? Hugs and kisses, Nicole.
I feel like I'm trying to remember the mechanics of the. Can't you? I don't think the werewolves can turn you into werewolves, can they? In that book.
What if they
movie?
scratch you?
I don't think that's how it works in that lore.
Well, not so much turn into,
thought you were, like,
but
born into it.
if you're in that universe, which would you rather be?
Do you remember
Would
when?
rather be or would be? Because it sounded like would be, and
Do
I
you
don't
remember
think
when?
I could be a werewolf.
Do you remember when? What's her name? Bella Swan. Is that it?
Yeah.
I don't remember the last name.
Do you remember when Bella Swan's baby was born and the werewolf Jacob
He's
looked
like,
at it
"Oh,
immediately
yeah."
and he was like, "I'm going to fuck that baby."
Not as a baby. He was
You
gonna
imprinted
wait.
on my baby.
Yeah, he was gonna wait until it's 18, but I think that's called grooming.
I think. I don't think.
Wait,
I got
is it grooming if like you're like, hey, I'm gonna fuck you when you're 18 when they're 16, and then as soon as they turn 18 you fuck them? Is that grooming or is
think
this?
so.
I'm sure there's
Yeah,
certain.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wrong.
As
Well,
somebody,
yeah, it's wrong. That's a
as,
good point.
matter
as
what,
somebody
don't
who
do
read the books,
Grooming?
Look at this guy.
the way it's in the books is the
This is film. It specifically says
yeah,
film.
but this is the first movie. Because the last movie's not called Twilight.
Does it say franchise
That's
or
the
movie?
most. Yeah, it says film.
Film. Okay.
This is the most pedantic you've ever been today, and
My
that's saying a
point
lot
being-
given our
my
quabble
point
about
being-
video games on the way here.
My
Oh,
point
isometric is its own genre of video game, idiot.
My point being,
You also thought it was asymmetric.
My point being that the imprinting isn't necessarily sexual and could just be to protect that person. So I don't know how it was played in the movie because I didn't watch
Okay,
the movie, but
well,
in the book it wasn't
It's
necessarily
the fact
sexual.
that he was in love with Bella and she had a daughter and he imprinted on her.
Yeah,
What's
no,
the
it's still
connotation
super
there?
weird.
Yeah.
It's still super weird, but I'm just saying it's not all the way there.
Yeah.
This is the hill you're choosing to die on.
I'm not choosing to die on it. If you come back with some hard facts, I'll back down. But that's my memory of the book.
I don't think I got this far in the series. I think I only saw like the first two.
I watched all the movies.
Oh yeah, how'd
Yeah.
it go?
The last one, not bad.
You a
Okay.
Twihart?
Bad.
What?
Are you a Twihart?
No. But the last movie, from a filmmaking standpoint, wasn't bad.
Okay.
I'll say I would be a vampire because the vampires look cool as fuck, and I feel like if you were a werewolf, there's probably some weird sexual
This is
shit
you
going
every
on.
time you make a terrible quote.
Actually,
The vampires look cool, and I feel like if you were a wolf or like had the ability to like swap between wolf, there has to be some weird sexual shit that's going on with them, you know?
Has to be.
There has to be.
I mean, the vampires are very sexy.
They are.
They drink blood.
I would rather be a vampire because
Ooh,
the
but I
vampires
hate
get
the taste of
superpowers.
blood.
Can I contend something? So if we're looking in terms of like your home life, vampires are constantly at war with each other, it seems, and werewolves are constantly at war with anyone that finds out they're werewolves.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's
So,
just because
like-
there's more vampires.
Is there an
though, right?
option to choose Bella's dad as a party?
You want to be Bella's dad?
Really? Are you sure? I'll give you a chance to back out of this.
Who plays him?
Fucking Zach Brannigan. Who gives a shit?
But no, the thing that fascinated me the most about Twilight was that, like, I really like when different characters have, like, personalized powers. And all the not all the vampires.
That's why you like Umbrella Academy so much.
But a lot of the vampires had like it was.
You excited for season 3?
If I am, yeah. If you're really good at something as a human, you get even better at it as a vampire. So it like turns into a superpower.
And your
that's really
skin's
cool.
shiny.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about that. I want superpowers.
With the immediacy you responded. I'd rather live as a werewolf.
Me too.
Because I can like be functionally normal. It's just that every so often I transform into a thing. Yeah, the people are out to get me, but at least my own kind aren't out to get me, so there's more of a community aspect with the people I trust.
Fair.
I don't have to go to high school over and over and over again like fucking Edward did.
That was their choice. I don't know if that's the only choice.
Yeah, why didn't he just be like a high school dropout and it's like, yeah, I'm between jobs, I just moved here, I used to work at the steel mill, I guess I'm stupid.
Yeah, there's so many stories you
Also,
can make up.
of all like movies to cast people who look like they're like late 20s, the one where you're like, oh, they have to go to high school because they look like kids is not the one to pick.
Sorry, could you rephrase that
Yeah,
in a way
I
that's...
didn't
So like,
understand what you just said.
like the reason they have to go to high school in like the books or whatever is because he was like he died when he was 16 or whatever. I don't remember what age he was.
All right.
He turned into a vampire, so he was frozen as a 16-year-old.
All right.
So the whole plot revolves around him looking young and
right.
not being like a passively adult, but obviously
Passively adult.
passively looking like an adult.
There you
whatever. Yeah. But obviously, like you know, there's restrictions in casting, so like they look like they're like 30. But like the whole point of the movie is that they can't look like they're 30.
Yeah.
So it's just more of a flaw than other high school based movies.
I
think.
see. Okay. Because he looks like he's aged over the course of the movies.
Because the crux is that
Yeah.
that he looks like he's 16 forever.
Yeah.
But he's Robert Pattinson.
I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, and he's like 25 or whatever, however old he was during the first.
You know
one.
those edgy fucking... I think we've had a version of this conversation during Sex in a Movie before. The bonus episode of our podcast, I should emphasize.
We weren't having
know-
sex while watching a movie.
You know those, like, shows that are like, oh, these teens in high school, and they're doing drugs and, like, hooking up and having sex, and they all look like they're in their 20s?
Yeah.
I want to see, and this could get taken out of context, I want to see that when they clearly look like they're 14 and 15, because it'll remove the enticing element of the sexuality and just make it awkward
Fair.
and, teens are doing this, I guess I'll watch it for the plot.
It's not like, oh, look at those like 20-somethings doing it. That's like actually like visually
Yeah.
appealing.
And then calling them 16-year-olds, so that, like, I'm sure there's some pedophiles
Honestly,
out there.
That's
Wait,
my
let me finish my point.
Anime.
I'm sure there's some pedophiles out there who are like, yeah, I want to fuck me a 16-year-old, and then they see a 16-year-old and go, ugh, that person looks like they're 12.
Yeah.
Sounds like they chose God.
Yeah, and then yeah, exactly. And they see a 25-year-old and they're like, yeah, perfect.
Wait, maybe I'm not a pedo. Maybe I
Yeah.
just like 25.
And yeah, it's kind of like the reverse bait and switch, where like
they
someone
found God.
so-
They
someone
saw the light.
someone tells them like after they have sex, like, I'm actually 25, and he's like, what the fuck? I thought you were 16.
It's awful.
Yeah. Well, and it's not awful. It's the diametric opposite of awful.
I
You will
guess it's
find
better, but-
it's reforming. That's what we should
What
do.
was the question? The vampire thing?
Would you rather be a pedo or not, Drew Hobden?
I'd be a
next
werewolf
question.
because they can die.
Yeah, vampire or werewolf.
Vampires can die if they get killed.
Ah, very good boy.
Wow.
Okay, so logically speaking, like vampires can be killed by sunlight.
No,
By,
they get
like,
sparkly in sunlight.
Garlic.
Oh yeah, that's true. This is Twilight.
Yeah,
vampires.
Twilight
Also,
lore.
in this one, I think
They can just
I
die
think-
by getting killed
I
too.
think werewolves are toxic to vampires in this one, right?
I don't know. You read the book?
Yeah, they are an
some-
equal match. Vampires are scared of them, and it has to be for a reason.
Yeah, There's so many lore varieties around vampires and werewolves, but I believe in the Twilight universe, if a werewolf scratches a vampire, they get like poisoned or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking dumb.
Well,
All you have to do is put silver on your skin, like wear a lot of rings, and then you're like, haha, now we both
You
die.
just punch them.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
yeah, I think I'd be a vampire.
Oh, man.
I don't know anything about.
Vampire.
I was gonna be a werewolf because
Werewolf, brethren!
I could die.
Yeah. More apes, but whatever.
Vamp gang.
Edgy fucking kids. What's the next question?
Okay. That's not a question. There's a picture of a car, and there's like some sort of like a wire, and then there's a big block
A magnet
and
in
then-
front of it.
No. It's a block.
Oh, I know this meme.
But
Yeah.
but it's labeled magnet.
Magnut. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, that says
Magnet.
magnet.
Yeah.
And then a question mark?
Leslie, have you seen this genre of meme from American Psycho?
I actually have it.
From American Psycho.
It's a little. So it's always clips like this.
Oh, why isn't it
Yeah,
possible?
why not, you stupid bastard? And it's and there's ones that's like two forklifts lifting each other and they're flying.
That's like, but this is an old meme. This was like a meme from like 2010 on Reddit.
Probably came back.
Yeah, probably.
People would phone up the Church of, what is it, the Church of Mormon, I think, and like phone them and go like, how do magnets work? And like over time, their church would start to like hang up the phone if anyone ever asked about magnets.
Oh, I didn't know that about that meme.
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
someone fill me in? Because I've never seen the movie or understand.
This has nothing to do with
It has nothing to do with the
Okay.
movie. Yeah.
It's just
So it's literally
the perfect
just
quote for this.
there's a
kind of thing.
pickup truck with like a fishing pole. With
Coming out of the deck of the truck
Coming out
and
of the deck of the
over the
truck and
front.
over the front, and there's like a magnet in front of the car, and the magnet is pulling the car towards it, and it just asks, basically, is this possible?
This is
So,
a
like-
perpetual motion machine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
theoretically, the magnet should pull the truck and drive it along.
That's not true.
No.
Theoretically.
Why not?
Why is this not possible?
For the magnet to be strong enough, it would have to, like, it would not be strong enough for the car to hold it up.
Yeah, and it would
That's
just
the
pull
reason.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it would pull together.
So the wire connecting the two would just bend.
Yeah. Shtung, and they would just, like, get a
Yeah,
magnet
this would
stuck
just
to your car.
immediately get sucked to the car. And
Yeah.
It would get
that's
sucked.
the end.
It would get
It
sucked.
would get sucked,
Sucked.
just like this question is sucked.
Cut it.
Get sucked.
Well, it technically wasn't a question.
I still like
It was
the,
just a picture.
the
Yes.
version of that meme that I like is the two forklifts and it says flight.
They just ascend.
Yeah, they lift each other and it says flight. And it's Patrick David going, why not? Why not, you stupid bastard?
That's fun. That's hilarious.
Okay, so I actually do have a question too. So my girlfriend went to the show,
Ew.
and she
And
did,
left before she could meet us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, she did. She,
Yeah, that's a
she,
good
Sounds like you
thing.
tipped her off.
she feels bad about that,
Oh, no, it's okay.
Good, she needs to. Meet us
She
next
met-
time.
Come back
Luke.
next time.
and she's very happy with Luke because Luke is about her size. So.
I would have scared her off.
That's why I'm happy with Luke, too. We get along. We're about the same height.
I hate Luke because I'm slightly taller than him.
Below me.
So I asked her if she wanted to ask a question to us.
All
and
right.
She does.
Oh.
What's the question?
Oh,
I'm gonna
she
pull it
didn't
out.
use the cue card
The
system.
question.
All right.
She
Thanks.
was there
dude.
during
Are you on
intermission.
airplane
wasn't
Are
she?
you not on airplane mode?
You can open up your
I'm on
messages in
airplane.
airplane
Yeah,
mode.
I can do that.
They save on your phone, Paul.
They save on your phone.
You have
Paul.
8 gigabytes.
Yeah, but
Maybe
save
even
on your
16.
Oh man, I'm trying to imagine a reality without you in it, and it's making me
Isn't
so
it great?
happy. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're no lemonade drinkers, you have a surplus of lemonade.
Okay.
It still make it.
There's secret in this universe. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we already answered this question years ago.
Well, fuck.
But you
Thanks
know,
for listening to the episode.
we can answer it again. How did you guys come up?
Cunt up. How'd you guys cunt up? Oh, well, it's a long story. We answered it years ago.
We don't have time for this right now.
How did you come up with the name After School Arcade?
We bounced a bunch of nostalgic sounding troop names around.
Yeah.
I think I came up with like the lion's share of them because like this troop was. Is it fair to say my idea?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just making sure I'm not like misremembering that.
You are the Nick Fury of After School Arcade.
Yes.
I'm not. Well, okay.
Okay, Paul, calm down. He has other factors about him.
I was about to say I do not wear those clothes.
He's not bald.
Yeah, I'm not bald.
You don't have an eye patch? Anyway, what were you saying?
Yeah, I came up with a bunch of them. A lot of them, if I remember correctly, stunk. I remember like the laundry room club or something like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically we all had just recently graduated and we're like, we'll never go back to school, am I right?
That was your spin on it. I was just trying to think of like what's something that you associate with like happiness as like a kid, like after school and go into the arcade. It's got alliteration, after school arcade.
Yeah, for me, the reason I voted for it in air quotes was because we had all just recently graduated. That was the clincher for me.
Oh, it's a double.
Oh yeah, after you go to school, you want more school or whatever the fuck.
Oh my god.
We
Put
both
that in a
went back to
fucking
school.
museum. That was great.
Yeah, at the time we were set to have 5 members. We were set. We were set to have 5
after school?
members.
More school!
Isn't that the name of our TikTok account now? Is More School?
Yeah,
We have. Sorry, hold on. We have a TikTok called More School.
That was the call you weren't there for.
We have a TikTok called More School.
What was it called?
I think it's after school, more school.
That's so dumb.
It's better than after school arc 8. Like, come
Oh,
on,
get
guys.
fucked.
Come on, guys. Why don't you just do after school arcade?
Well, first of all, after school arcade would be what it would be. Like it was. We used every letter possible.
Okay. Still better.
And I asked the group, and everyone voted. If I recall, unanimously, you included that after school arcade was okay.
All right.
So
Well,
get fucked.
I want to change it.
I noticed.
It's a mutiny.
Does that answer adequately?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
We had a big old meeting. We decided on that. We decided on the aesthetics. I came up with a logo. It was fun.
And then Leslie came and we're like, we're not changing it for you.
Yeah, she really
I
wanted to change it
fucking
with
hate it.
hot boys with their dicks out. And
Boys.
yeah, she really wanted to change it to that, and we said no. And we still say no to this day.
Stand by it.
Hot boys with their dicks out. Hot boys.
With their dicks out.
This is not a...
Hot boys with their dicks out.
Thanks for listening to the podcast, everybody. We'll be back with another round of questions from another improv show sometime soon in the great month of June. Special thanks to everybody who fucking made it this far.
Yeah, thanks.
Stay tuned for more Credit Zero in the future.
We're After School Arcade. You can find us on Facebook just by looking up After School Arcade. You can find us on Twitter by looking up After School Arc 8, which Daryl hates, and therefore I want to keep it forever. On Instagram, we post pictures, and it's After School Arcade, just all one word. Fucking, am I missing
The
anything?
TikTok we just talked about.
We just TikToked about it.
Yeah.
Oh, god damn.
Boom, baby.
Also,
yeah.
thank you to everyone who came out to the show.
Yeah, that was really
Lovely
cool.
having you guys by.
Fun.
It was a really good improv show, and we're not slowing down from here, so keep your nose to the ground. I meant to say ear, but whatever.
Nose to the crust.
What's your name?
My name's Luke.
What's your name?
Truffles. Drew. My name is Drew.
What's your name?
I'm Leslie.
What's your name?
Daryl!
What's my name?
Truffles.
Got it. All right, bye everybody.
Bye.